We're back then with another first impressions video for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Now, previously dedicated an entire video to showing off Doctor Doom, but for the Fantastic Four characters, just because I have so much going on at the moment, I'm actually going to condense them all into one first impressions video. So what I'll do is I'll quickly look at their abilities and check out their tags just to get an idea of how they actually are, and then from there we'll jump into an Infinity Rift with the whole team, and I'll switch between the characters so you can see how they perform, and I've managed to get them all at level 100 as well. But let's jump in and we'll check out Mr. Fantastic first. I will just mention then that I won't be showing off the costumes just yet because I'm still farming them, but I will say that the costumes, the Future Foundation ones, come from the Gauntlet. That's the Shadow of Doom Gauntlet levels, of course, and you get a red variant. That's what I've seen so far of this original look from the superior difficulty of the new campaign as well. So that's where you actually get that. It's just from the boxes that are littered through the level. Occasionally they've got artwork and occasionally they've got costumes as well. But for Mr. Fantastic, tag wise, you've got the melee tag across all four of his abilities, so that's awesome. I've actually got a double rainbow eye so that's all melee damage, so that'll really help him out there. Hero trait is glide. I've already seen this, it looks absolutely hilarious when he does it, and I will show it off in a moment. But let's quickly look at the abilities. Ability wise, he's almost like a Miss Marvel on steroids. So the first one here, stretching out to continually attack, so this is a pummel attack. We've then got extended bonus, so with this you can get an amazing spin to win build, better than Miss Marvel. You get more range on it and it's just insane. Full momentum is up next. Now, if you played Marvel Heroes, then this was actually the move he had as his transportation move, so it's really great to see that in here. And then we've got Stretch and Slam, where you can grab enemies and then you slam them down. So that's all the abilities, quite a few of them actually. When I'm looking at the stats, damage and stagger up at A, you've got B there for both of them, C here, which is fair enough considering how many enemies it'll hit, and then you get A there as well. So yeah, that alongside the melee tags, he's going to be pushing out a huge amount of damage. Now let's check out Sue next. For Sue then, I actually have a few outfits, so let me quickly show them off. So this is the one that comes from the superior difficulty. Actually it looks really great, this one. Once she appears, looks awesome, that one. And then we've got the Future Foundation. I've not yet seen what the recolouring of that will be like, but there we go, that's the costumes there. Let's quickly just skip back to the original one. Looking at the tags on the abilities here, at least it's the energy tag across all of them, and then one of them is just a defensive one, so there's no combat tag. So once again, really nice to boost her damage numbers up there. She's got the hero trait of flight as well, and I believe she flies about on a little invisible sphere, which is once again similar to Marvel Heroes, so that's really nice. But let's look more in depth at the abilities. First one we have is Force Spheres. So this one here, release crackling energy ahead of her to trap enemies in a bubble and hold to continue attack. And I've not actually seen this yet, but hopefully the bubble surrounds them, and so many of these abilities are just really similar to Marvel Heroes. It's great to see that. You've got Invisible Wall up next. You summon an energy barrier from the ground, and then you can hold the button to adjust the area of attack on it. Damage is way up A. Stealth Strike, invisibly approach enemies and release a shockwave. Hold the button to adjust the timing on it. And then finally, she had to have this. You've got Protective Field, create a barrier all around teammates, protecting them from ranged attack. I imagine this will work similar to the ice barrier that Iceman actually puts up, and that gave a whopping around about 30% damage reduction. If this does the same, then it's really worth considering running her in your team. Next up, we'll have a look at Johnny Storm. Tag and hero trait wise, he actually looks really good. So you've got the energy tag across all of his abilities, and you've got the fire tag across all of the abilities as well. This is what should have happened with Iceman, but obviously rather than fire you should have had ice, whereas some of Iceman's abilities don't have the ice tag on them. You've got him dropping down a huge glacier and there's no ice tag. Really doesn't make sense, but this is awesome to see energy and fire across both of them. Hero trait is flight, and then he's also got fire and cold resistance as well. So let's look at the abilities in more detail. You have your standard stagger charge skill here, so advance while blasting the area in front of him with fire, and you can hold it down to adjust the timing of it. Fireball is up next. Throw a massive fireball on the ground, which then explodes. Pretty simple sounding that one. Controlled burn, so this is really nice. Spin at high speed while on fire, igniting his surroundings. This places a dot down. I think it is just one instance of it you can have, but we'll test that out when we do the gameplay. And then you've got rising heat. So strike the ground from above, attacking his surroundings with a shockwave, damage and stagger at sea. This is probably your crowd control ability. So final character will be the Fang. Once again then, tag-wise looking fantastic, and I wish more characters were like this. It looks like they maybe changed their design philosophy when it comes to these characters, because I'm thinking back to the likes of Hawkeye, who fires arrows for all of his abilities. Only 2 of them actually have the range tag on them, but you've got the melee tag across all abilities for Fang, which is great, and you've got the hero trait of super strength. So let's look at the abilities. First ability here is your charge attack. So this one is power punch, damage and stagger are up at A, and you charge forward with a powerful straight punch. Ground pound is next. With this, you strike the ground with both fists to blast the surroundings with a shockwave, and you press repeatedly to continue attacking. So that'll be nice for taking out your lower level trash. We have double clobber up next. Packs all of his might into a powerful double fisted blow and hold the button to aim this one. Damage and stagger up at A. So that's nice, that's 2 of his abilities that have got that. And then rips rubble up from the ground to block attacks and hold to continue moving. So this is exactly the same as Colossus when he brings up his shield, and if you've watched the last video I put out, I actually show off why this is such a good ability. But that's all abilities and a quick look at them. And actually, 1 second, when I say that, I've got a costume for Fang as well, the Future Foundation one. So let me show you that very quickly. There we go. There that is there. But what we'll do from here is we'll jump into the gameplay, and I'll run through the moves as well. So we'll do our usual stage to show off all the abilities here. There's a light attack to start off with, fair amount of range on that. Got the heavy, that's really pretty nice actually. It's like a mini version of his spin attack. Look at that, when you jump up and you slam down as a ball. Let's do that again. Now let's actually show off, there's the glide. It's quite quick to be honest, but looks really pretty funny. And then this one, probably pretty similar to Miss Marvel ability, the one where she punches. In fact, you've got that final punch at the end there, and then you've got your, what will be your spin to win move here. I won't do it for too long because otherwise I'll finish the stage quicker than I want to. Next up, got this one here, rolling about. Oh, I get knocked out at, unfortunately. Did I get knocked out at, or when you hit into scenery it stops? Actually, tap the button, there we go. Tap the button and we keep going. Looks really funny when you've got the force field round it as well there. And then the final one, let's see. Did we grab enemies there? Let's try it once again. It's quite hard to see to be honest. Let's do Sue next. So you've got the basic, or the light even rather than the basic. And you've got ranged on the heavy. She's got her glide. Looks pretty awesome. And then let's see what we've got. She jumps in there. Nah, it's not that good. Doom's got a version like this where he fires out the missiles, but they're heat seeking, whereas this will miss a lot of the time. Actually, is that persistent AoE pulls it's dropping? It looks like it might be. That actually is. That's interesting. Still not the best of skills, but... And then let's see if we can get your lower level enemies here. We've actually got some extreme attacks available soon as well. It's mainly elites here, so it's hard to see this. There's some there. If it actually puts them in bubbles, I think it does actually. We've got the wall next. There we go. And then you've got quite a lot of a dash, but a big explosion at the end actually as well. And then finally, you've got the force field on everyone. So Fang is up next. Standard punch and then slam at the end there. And there's your heavy attacks, you're knocking them up. Nothing that interesting there for that one. Then the first ability, your slam, quite similar to the Hulk possibly. Can we keep pressing it? No, he does stop there after a while. Then you've got the pound in the ground, which I believe you can do, yep, multiple times. Last one's a larger hit. And then let's see what we've got next. You've got your single target punch there. Wow, looks like that'll do a lot of damage. And then there you go, you got the rubble as well. Looks really good, and it actually moves a lot faster than Colossus. So if you need to use an ability like this, I would say go for the Fang. And then, let's see, we've got the flight here. Slams down. Light attacks, so that's all ranged. Heavy is ranged. And then let's try the abilities once I stop getting staggered here. First one is your dash. You got your fireball. I'm going to run out of enemies soon here. I don't want to do that before I can show off the extreme attacks. There's that large AoE pool there. And then your slam. So let's actually do... I'm going to do them over here because I don't want to take out all the enemies. Let's just see what the extreme attacks look like. That's nice. Big whirlwind there. You get Sue up next. Another awesome one. Am I going to run out of enemies to attack here before I can show them all off? Hopefully not. We've got a slam and the rock. And then finally, we've got Reed. Let's see what he does. I'll probably just finish up here with this. Big huge bouncing ball. There we go, I had one enemy remaining when I finished up there. So let's do a little spin to win if I can. And that's us. So it was just a really quick showcase tonight because, as mentioned, I've got a whole lot on at the moment. I can actually work from home at the moment and my work is incredibly busy, so I've not been finding a lot of time for these videos, but I'm trying to fit them in where I can. But let me know what you think of the Fantastic Four team. In time I will look to do the full beginner's guide for them as well, so keep an eye out for that. And really, thanks for tuning in, stay safe, and I'll see you all again soon.